Hey everyone, it's the James and Greg Show.
And we're going to have a report that we were live for season 8 of Dancing with the Stars.
Right there at the taping.
Along with the recap, we have behind the scenes stuff.
Yes, we do. And we also have notes from the judges that they passed along to us.
Anyway, stay tuned. Week 8 of
Dancing with the Stars. Da 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh. You know what? We have something to add to it. We were at last night's taping, although they don't use tape, of Dancing with the Stars.
It was a live show and we got to go.
Yes, it was amazing. It really
Yes,
was.
thanks to our friends at ABC. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And it was incredible to watch. It really was. We got to dance on the dance floor prior to the show. They had
Yes,
a
we
dance
did.
party.
They wouldn't let us videotape that though, but we did get to dance on the dance floor.
Yeah, 3 dances. It was awesome. Yeah, it was lots of fun. I was square dancing. I was swing dancing with my wife.
Oh, swing dance. I'm like, you square dance?
And then we did a little Cotton Eye Joe. And then they put us up in the balcony.
Yep.
If you look at this right here, I may even go full screen at this point.
That's us. That's us.
Yeah.
There we are.
Those kind of shadowy.
Oh, gosh.
But it was good. We were
We look
right
like
above.
zombies.
Well, yeah.
Or whatever.
That was creepy. But we were right above that backstage that they use.
And so we got to see all the fancy footwork that happened during the show.
And straight down people's dresses. It was great. What?
You
Yes.
did. So it started out with T.O.
Yes, T.O. and Cheryl.
Yes, T.O. T.O.
And the thing about this week is the first hour were the single dances, and the second hour was...
Threesomes.
Yeah, he was disappointed when he found out it was just dancing. But and they brought back 6 prior winners.
Yes.
To team them up, and they did a pretty good job.
Oh,
on
the winners
style
were
and everything.
fun. Okay, so T.O. had... Okay, first he did his first dance.
Right.
Which was pretty good.
It was a Charleston.
Uh-huh.
It was still a little bit big, but it was good. I thought I saw a little meh from our seat. It looked like a little miff on the footwork. But
yeah, you did see that.
But he got 3 9s.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
And considering where he started this season and where he is now, it was great. It really was good.
The best growth. And then, speaking of growing, he grew his partnership into a trio, and wow.
With Kelly Monaco.
Kelly Monaco of General Hospital,
season
season 1 Dancing with the Stars champion.
Right.
Who is tiny.
And she is Cheryl Burke's best friend.
Yes, and she also has a huge crush on T.O., I could tell.
And T.O. kept reminding them that he was single.
Yes, and they were supposed to go on a date after the show aired. So.
Well, if he got a 10.
Oh, but he didn't get a 10. Darn it, I wish he did. That'd be a good date.
Actually, it would be, he got 3 eggs.
Yes.
So.
That wasn't very good.
No.
Well, the dance was weird. It was like 2 girls climbing on a guy.
Yeah, he didn't
basically
dance much. He walked around a bit.
He walked around, his shirt was open. He had a 12-pack or 24-pack?
I'm not sure.
How many cans, did it?
6-pack.
Yeah, but it was more than that. There was more than 6 on his belly. Show it right here.
Sure.
I'm sure. I'm sure of it. There was more than 6.
Right. But, so he did okay.
Yeah, okay. Next up.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Greg is like having a little Drewism right here.
Drew and Emma.
Drew and Emma.
Okay, so in its pre-produced package,
yes.
It was like, oh, we're on top of the leaderboard now. Things have changed because we're awesome. And I'm thinking, no, your team score put you at the top of the, not your individual score.
Yes, and you're still lanky and you're still a little uncoordinated. Just a little, not like completely. But wow, his dance was with Emma. And what did they do? What was their
waltz?
Oh, a waltz. Well, that's fine.
But he didn't have good form. He kept dropping his elbow.
Yeah. Len got on him about all of his frame.
And Bruno was a little, your moves aren't fluid. It's a little herky-jerky.
Yep.
So he got 2 7s and an 8.
That's terrible.
That's
terrible at this point of the game.
So 22.
Poo.
And
then his threesome was
with Rashad.
Oh my gosh. So him and Rashad, they did a James Brown song, right? Get up on that thing and get it. Rashad has moves and rhythm, and Drew looked like, did you ever see Footloose? And then, then like, oh, I'm gonna teach the farm boy how to dance.
Right.
That's what it felt like with Rashad trying to teach Drew like moves and stuff.
Well, okay, so in Footloose, the brother you're talking about, you know who he is a brother of?
No, who?
Sean Penn's brother.
Oh, that's a pen?
Uh-huh.
That's a little junior pen?
Uh-huh.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Anyway.
Awesome possum. Okay,
but-
so Drew was not exciting.
No, and he got a 25 for that. For
Yep.
a total score of 47.
That means you're going home next week, Drew. I have a feeling.
Probably.
Back to Vegas.
Speaking of not living up their potential as much, was Victoria and Val next. Now,
This,
we have to say,
during
the dress rehearsal earlier in the day, her right side went numb.
yes, and she had
She went down.
spasms.
She had spasms.
So she was like not doing well. But it showed how bad she felt.
It got into her head.
Yep.
Reminded her of the obstacles she's overcome.
Yeah, they didn't really connect during their first dance, which was, what was it? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It was like
Tango, Argentine tango.
Oh,
Because it's
yeah.
supposed to be a sexy tango, and they never really.
like connected,
No.
sexily.
No,
Sexily?
never bought it. Sexily, yes. You're bringing sexily back.
So then they had their three-way with Yamaguchi. No, Hernandez.
Laura Hernandez.
Lori Hernandez was their three. And this kind of shocked me that she wore sparkly, not Lori Hernandez. Lori Hernandez was fabulous, 100%.
Full of energy,
The
just-
best,
yeah.
jumping around like amazingly, and dancing like, mwah, bon appetit. But what was she wearing? Those shoes, they were high tops with sparkles on them.
They were accommodating her issues with the hills because she still wasn't fully back.
Okay.
So they wanted her to be more stable. So they made tennis shoes that looked like the costume.
Oh, I guess they did that fast too.
They addressed that in the when they were judging that her footwear, why she was wearing what she was wearing.
Oh, they did address that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the room, it's really tough for us to hear. They don't have many monitors, so
No.
what sounds crystal clear on TV, you're like, what?
No, we're like, what did Carrie Ann say?
Yeah, the only thing you could hear is the judges.
Yeah,
And
sometimes,
yeah.
not during the clapping when they first start talking.
By all the intros and exits and all that kind of stuff, we're like, what?
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything.
So,
No, we're not that old. So,
and they did a jive. That was their
Yeah.
trio was a jive. And one of the things I was wondering is the way they were staged. They were right below us.
yeah,
at this point,
we
'cause it
looked
was the
right
backstage.
down on them.
They had it a little raised, and then they had an audience around them dancing along, which really didn't add much
Oh,
to
that's
it.
right.
I was wondering if they added that choreography in
On that
because Val
stage.
wanted to hide her footwork a little bit.
Oh, with all the people around the stage.
So the judges didn't have a straight shot. Now they had the monitors in the
No,
table that they can look at.
We looked down right at Lori and right at her. And we thought, oh my gosh, Lori is so perfect with Val. And then she was just like off.
So
Like every step, like a quarter of a count behind. It was not good.
So I was wondering if Val knew this was going to be an issue early on and choreographed it this
Well,
way
that would've
just
been
to
smart.
try to hide it a little
That would have
bit.
been smart about.
Because they also did stacks, and she was sometimes in front and sometimes not.
Right.
So, well, they got a 24 for a total of 48.
Boo. That's
So-
bad too. I don't know. Is Drew going home or is she?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. 'cause
Okay, because next
That
up,
was Lindsay and Mark.
Greg has all his money on Lindsay.
I know, and I'm doing great on the fantasy league.
He is doing very well. What is your score?
Well, before last night's show is 651.
That's really high because I'm only almost 600. So
And
good for you.
I picked the highest scores tonight. My 3 teams. So
Oh.
they should have done.
Ooh,
much.
so did I. So we're tied. Oh, I'm still 100 behind you.
So the first dance by Lindsay was the tiger thing.
Oh, that was
It
fun.
was super fun.
Like she looked like a little tiger, a little tigress. Tigress.
And one of the things you didn't see is whenever there was a break, whether before the show, prior to them coming on, during the pre-produced package piece, Lindsay and Mark were rehearsing on the dance floor,
Yes.
up on the stage,
Constantly rehearsing.
and then stopped just a few seconds before you came back and saw them.
Yeah, they were rehearsing, and even in their trio, they rehearsed before they
Yeah.
did that too. So they are like we're gonna do this right up until the last minute. We can't rehearse any longer.
Right. And Lynn didn't like it too much because she thought it was a too funky version of a samba,
yes.
right? It was a
Yeah,
samba.
because samba, and I didn't love it all the way up for a 10 because she didn't have very much hip action.
Right.
Like, I like hip action in a samba because it's doom, 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 doom. These are hips. Doom, 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 doom. So.
Thanks for the explanation. So yeah, she only got a 26 on that.
I know, that was weird to me.
I know. I thought what was it?
Because the dance was
998.
fun.
Yeah, a 998. It was Lynn giving him an 8.
Oh, it was Lynn.
And then for the trio, it was Christy Yamaguchi.
She looked fantastic. She has not been on the show for what, 9 years?
She was season 6.
So that's like 7 years, 9 years, somewhere
Yeah,
in there?
because there's 2 seasons a year. So.
Yeah, so girl looked good, danced well.
It's a jazz routine. It was sharp.
Mm-hmm.
They were really good. They had good chemistry.
They all played off of each other well, too.
It was in sync. I thought it would have been a higher score.
Well, until Mark. Here's the thing with Mark. He made that dance about him and not both of them. You know, everything was like,
Oh, why?
good job, Lindsay. Because that's exactly what it was.
Yes, I
So,
totally
I-
pretending you were Mark.
Oh,
What?
was I Lindsay? Okay. But yes, I feel like the scores were okay, fair. It could have been higher.
Right. Well, they got a 28, so a total score of 54 for the night.
Yes, which is very good.
Next up was Frankie and Whitney.
Ooh, Frankie, you're so down on yourself. You need to cheer up. Do you think he remembers he's down on himself?
Because he has long-term memory issues.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's very insecure.
Very insecure.
A child actor, I mean, that's kind of.
Well, that's how they're bred.
Yeah.
Like-
they did a waltz again.
Yes, they did. And he did well.
He did okay.
I thought his port de bras, which means carriage of the arms, was really nice. But from here down, I guess they gave him some horrible scores for his feet.
Right, and you know, he was riding the high from the perfect score last week. Mm-hmm. So
He is really little in person. We were looking down on stage and he is tiny. And that Sasha, woo, that's a little tiny man. It's like a little man you can put in your pocket.
let's like that leprechaun.
Yeah.
Tristan agreed. Heidi,
He was
Heidi.
so little.
Oh, and the trio was with Alfonso Ribeiro.
Riviero.
Who was also, he considered a child star. I don't think he was a child star.
Yeah.
Fresh
well,
Prince, he wasn't a child, right?
Was he in his 19s or 20s?
I wouldn't consider
How
that.
old was he in that? Was he like a 25-year-old?
Maybe I'll look it up.
Okay,
Um,
so that's how old Alfonso is. But come on, it was good. They played off each other, really fun.
and the Carlton showed up for a moment. in
The
a very funny way.
Carlton, like in a spotlight.
And then they went, no, no, no.
No.
But we noticed that Frankie was a little off tempo at times.
Yes.
He just didn't keep up with it.
No, but that's okay. I thought they were a good trio.
And I think that's part of the problem on teaming them up with the past winners, is it only highlights the challenges some of the current dancers have.
Right.
Because they're not winners per se at this time,
No,
right?
but I loved it because I love the trio because when it is highlighting some of the this year's stars' flaws or what they're not strong at, I really like that because then you're like, oh, I see how that pro carries you along through this whole season.
True. Well, yeah, I mean, like in Lindsay, with Lindsay and Christy, it was a very nice marriage. I think it was, they got a 10 and 2 9s.
Yeah.
Because they were sharp, they were in conjunction.
She's a contender for that mirror ball. I'm glad you have her.
But and then last up, speaking of contenders for the mirror ball, oh, wait a second. So Frankie and Whitney got a total of 53.
Yeah, which is right 1 point under Lindsay and Mark. So that's pretty good.
And then last on the evening, I'm sure you don't hear this beeping sound that I hear right now.
Oh.
Jeez.
You're so funny with beeps and trucks and stuff outside. It really gets to you. He's like,
Jordan and Lindsay.
okay, last up
Yeah.
is Jordan and Lindsay.
His guy.
I loved him. Oh my gosh, I think he surprised the judges with how great he was in his dance with just Lindsay.
Right.
And then he double surprised them in their trio because that was so hot. Was that a salsa?
With cordon bleu?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Oh my gosh. Cordon bleu.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
that a
not
chicken
cordon
dish?
bleu. Corbin bleu.
Oh, I said cordon bleu.
But he
Like
looks
it's-
delicious.
Oh, yes. They're both, they talked
Disney
about
stars,
this.
yeah.
Disney stars. They're both mixed race, which is really interesting that they like found this really great connection. And then Jordan was like, "That you're one of my very first idols because of High School Musical."
Right.
And that's why I got in the business. And then he followed his footsteps almost to the T because he's probably going to win that mirror ball too.
And it was fast salsa. It really was. I can tell you, in the room, one of the things that's nice being in the room instead of watching it on TV is you watch the dance floor. You don't have to follow the camera motions and
right.
the sweeps and stuff. So you can just watch
You
the
just
athletic
watch.
performance that they're putting in there. And I can tell you, it is a discernible difference with when Jordan on the floor.
Yeah.
Even though
They
I'm
moved as a unit. Like,
totally with Lindsay, but just watching that perfection. And then after they would get the judges' score and go to break, out of all of them, Jordan would go up to each judge and shake their hand and say
thank you for that score.
And then it looked like he was asking for any extra hints,
Like,
or
yeah, like,
critiques
oh,
or
do you
anything.
have any?
What else can
That's
work
what it
on?
looked like.
Yeah, it wasn't look like it looked like he was asking even for more.
Uh-huh.
And
Because
did
he is that
after-
weird perfectionist, but that doesn't play well in his favor.
And then one thing we didn't realize that Carrie Ann was bleeped in
Oh, yes.
because she said it was hot
AF.
And,
Like, I have a shirt that says that.
and Tom goes, "Oh, you mean and fun is what you mean." Haha, we all laugh. But evidently the AF was bleeped at home, so that's what she said.
She said as F.
So here's the thing, and I don't know if it's happened before. He got 2 perfect scores in one show.
Yes, I don't think that's ever happened before. But
So-
what they also said was that dance, that final trio, will go down in history as one of the best dances. And that's thanks to Lindsay. Because
yeah.
Lindsay, she has never won a mirror ball. This is her chance. That's why I'm rooting for her more than I am Jordan, actually. Because I really want Lindsay to have this. She's worked so hard. And she's so young.
Yeah. So evidently there's some little blah 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 going on the internet for Tom's note about Lindsay in the first dance where he goes, as what Lindsay, she's just so. Oh, when they're talking about training, and she goes, and Lindsay's just kind of out of control, and Tom goes, "Oh, you're not the first guy to say that." Funny, right? It was funny, and Lindsay kind of got embarrassed.
But it
and-
wasn't Lindsay.
wasn't it?
No, that was the.
I thought it was the blonde.
No. It was a blonde. It was.
It's not Emma. It was Lindsay.
It was Emma. It was Emma Slater with
Was it?
Drew. Yeah,
I could have swore it was Lindsay.
it was Emma.
Huh?
Let's bet.
No, I lost my last bet. Well, we'll say who it is right here.
Okay.
But evidently there's some little stink that, he shouldn't have said it. I'm like,
Oh,
really? Yeah.
I'm going to tell you people something. There is a line between flirting and having fun and being sweet, and then that sexual harassment shit. So just don't cross it, but know that you could still flirt and have a little fun.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Erin Andrews, I don't like her even in person.
He does not.
But the bad part, I just couldn't fast forward over her part last night. But you couldn't hear most of it, so it was fine.
Yeah.
So
She looked pretty. She did say one rude thing last night on the dance floor. Remember that rude thing, Greg?
yeah, I was going to say it, but you can say it.
It was rude. So she totally has a hairdresser like fluffing her up before she goes on camera, and then the little audience guy was saying, "Who's over 90 in the audience?" And then somebody goes, "Oh, I'm 96. Oh, so sweet, a 96-year-old." We were like, "Wow,
Everyone
wow."
was applauding.
And then she, on her mic, says this, and we all hear it.
shoot me if I ever make it at 94.
When I'm 96, shoot.
Oh, when I'm 96, shoot me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm 96, shoot me.
Hey, and welcome. Thanks for coming to my show, though.
What? Oh my gosh, she's a ding dong.
Sure.
I
Ding dong
bet-
is the word I was going to
I
use.
bet she's like really great at sports reporting now. I don't know.
Why don't you just focus on your expertise there? So, at the end of the night, came down to the elimination,
Yes.
and the person who had the lowest score last week is the one that got eliminated. Who
Yep.
was that?
T.O.
Yeah, the group dance totally hosed him.
I like him now.
So So sorry, Claudia. They're both
Oh
gone.
yeah, your peeps are gone, Claudia.
At the end of the night, the scores, it was Jordan in first place, followed by Lindsay and Frankie, all kind of close together.
Yeah, but especially Jordan with this perfect 2 scores, 60.
And at the bottom is Drew with Victoria just 1 point above him. And there's what, between them and third place is 5 points, which is
Yeah.
killer.
So that means bye-bye Drew, right?
I don't know. It depends. They're Victoria and Drew
Or
are
Victoria.
so close
Yeah.
in score, and I think he has a bigger social following.
He does, because he has a brother that's a twin.
And don't forget, just because you have the high score or you're the best dancer doesn't mean you're going to win. I mean, look at Normani last season.
Yeah,
And it ended up being Rashad and baseball guy.
right. And they
David
didn't.
Ross?
Oh my gosh, yes.
So-
David Ross.
Who knows how this is going to play out?
Who's going to make it to the finals? We'll be there.
Yeah, well, so who is going to be eliminated next week is who I want to know.
Yes, what's your guess?
Drew, Victoria, Lindsay, Frankie, or Jordan?
Not Jordan.
It's happened
He's got
before.
high scores. With Heather. Happened with Heather, remember?
Well, I mean, Normani, she got a perfect
Oh,
score.
with Normani, but not next week. It won't happen next week. Maybe the last week.
Maybe.
All right.
So anyway, let us know. There's a poll right there that I put up that you can just click on.
Ooh.
Let us know.
Climb
I know-
on the pole.
I know how much you enjoy a poll.
Pole dancing. I love it. I don't know how to
Anyway.
do it.
But
Okay.
Maybe we'll take that class after this season.
Oh, that's what you lose, is that you have to
Oh,
take a
Jesus.
pole dancing class.
Why did I say that?
I love it. Dun and dunner, dun and dunner. It's dancing and it's on a pole.
Wow.
Oh, I'll take it if I lose. Okay, but I'll
we'll
be
talk
there
to-
with a camera.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Hey everyone,
thanks for watching the James and Greg Show.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. You know what we need you to do now?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes.
And then share this, like it, and comment on each video.
Yeah, you'll see lots of special guests.
Yeah, and watch our episodes. We do recaps of your favorite shows. We have little adventures, and we have special guests.
And sometimes we're funny.
Subscribe.